We all know AI is getting incredibly powerful, right? It can analyze patient data, run complex medical simulations, and even grade essays. But here's the real question. Can it truly teach the art and science of nursing? So today, let's dive into that very question. Can an algorithm actually replace the human educator in one of our most critical professions?
Okay, so let's just imagine for a second. We give an AI this exact mission. What's the first thing it's going to do? Well, its first logical step is to build the foundation. It starts generating a full-blown curriculum, just crunching millions of data points from textbooks, research papers, and clinical guidelines.
And then, once it has the curriculum, it moves on to analysis. The AI can track every single quiz score, every simulation result, even the slightest hesitation a student makes. It's building this perfect, data-rich profile of their progress. But what's the endgame for all this process? And there you have it. The objective isn't just to assist, it's to replace. Now that's a pretty provocative idea, and it's the core of what we're exploring today. It's basically a showdown between machine efficiency and human experience. So let's start by hearing the AI side of the story. And it makes a really powerful case, one that's built on a foundation of pure logic, efficiency, and massive scale. This right here is the AI's core pitch. Scalable means it can teach one student or 10,000, all with the exact same level of quality. Efficient means no wasted time. And always available, that means it can offer tutoring at 3 a.m. right before a huge exam, and it never ever needs a coffee break. Okay, now this is where it gets really fascinating. The concept here is adaptive learning, and you can think of it as the AI's secret weapon. Let's say you're struggling with pharmacology, but you're just acing anatomy. The AI knows this. It's not going to waste your time on stuff you already get. Instead, it creates a custom learning path just for you, drilling you on your weak spots until they become your strengths. Pretty cool, right?
So this is the powerful toolkit AI brings to the table. We're talking about a whole ecosystem of support, from instant feedback and deep analysis of where you're struggling to incredibly realistic simulations you can practice on over and over and over again. And you know what? The data seems to back all this up. When you look at studies comparing different methods, there's a clear jump in competency whenever AI is in the picture. It doesn't matter if it's helping a human teacher or running simulations on its own. The numbers suggest AI makes students measurably better, faster. So, on paper, you'd think the case is closed.
But of course, nursing isn't just practiced on paper. And that brings us to the other side of the coin, the human element. All the crucial skills and qualities that data simply can't measure.
This is the question that really cuts right to the heart of the debate. I mean, an AI can teach you the correct words to say to a grieving family, but can it teach you the feeling behind those words? Can it truly model what compassionate care looks like? According to human educators, this is the fundamental misunderstanding. See, education isn't just a one-way street of information being downloaded into your brain. It's a conversation. It's a back and forth where students are guided and challenged and really encouraged to think for themselves.
And this gets to a really crucial point. The educator is an emotional and professional safety net. Just picture it. A student is trying to insert an IV for the very first time. Their hands are probably shaking. No algorithm can see that, it can't sense that fear, and offer a steady voice that says, hey, take a deep breath, you've got this. That human connection, it's absolutely vital. This quote just captures it perfectly. Nursing is a craft, and it's learned through mentorship. Now, the hands part, that's the technical skill, and sure, AI can definitely help with that. But the heart part, the judgment, the moral reasoning, the empathy, that is learned by watching and interacting with an experienced human mentor. So, if AI can't be a total replacement, what about a partner? This is where the future of nursing education gets really, really exciting, when we start blending the best of both worlds.
And this is a fantastic way to look at the division of labor. Let the AI do what it does best. All the repetitive, data-heavy stuff. You know, tracking skill gaps, running those virtual simulations, automating the grading. This frees up the human educator to focus on the things that only a human can do. Coaching reflection, really mentoring students, and modeling that wisdom that, let's be honest, only comes from years of experience.
So here's what that might actually look like in practice. Step 1, the AI assesses a student and flags a weakness. Step 2, the student then uses AI tools, simulations, quizzes, to practice that specific skill. And then, Step 3, the most important part, the human educator steps in to talk about the why behind the skill,
to build confidence, and to connect it all back to real patient care.
At the end of the day, it really comes down to this distinction. Knowledge is knowing the right steps to take. Wisdom is knowing when and why to take them and how to do it with compassion. AI is a fantastic tool for building knowledge, but wisdom? That still requires a human guide.
So, where does that leave us? Let's wrap this up with a look at what mentorship really means in this new age of machines, and what the future of nursing education might hold.
You know, in a world that is just overflowing with data and algorithms, the educator's role might actually be more important than ever. They aren't just a map showing the way, they're the compass, providing that moral and professional direction you need to navigate the incredibly complex human landscape of healthcare.
And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Technology provides information, and that is incredibly powerful. But true mentorship, the kind that shapes a student into a confident, compassionate nurse, is genuinely transformative. And for now, that remains a uniquely human skill. Which leaves us with one final big question to chew on. We've talked a lot about teaching empathy, but what about actually experiencing it? In a profession that is so fundamentally defined by human connection, maybe the ultimate question is this: can a machine ever truly feel what a nurse feels right there at a patient's bedside? Now that's something to think about.